people, okay, first of all. And if you think 1 second that that's going to be some kind of reparations, you got another thing coming, okay? So we coming for all traders around here.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you again so much for tuning in. This is the Realdealfam Network. I am Andre, and this is my gorgeous wife, Essie.
Ooh, boom, 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 boom. That's right. I'm the boss of the show, but he is the head of the house.
This
and
is
that is the way
true.
it is.
Very, very true. Thank y'all again so much for tuning in. We highly appreciate y'all. Thank you so much to all the subscribers and all the support we've been getting. It's been absolutely amazing. We thank y'all again so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
And if you hadn't had the opportunity yet, please go ahead now and hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
Thank you very much again. With that being said, we're going to dive right in tonight. We like to talk about former President Barack Obama. He recently came out and was part of the recent DNC, that's the Democratic National Convention. And he had some words to say and try to encourage us to get out and vote. And a lot of people have been kind of taken aback by the way he came out based on the things that's taking place during his administration and basically the temperature of what's going on right now.
Well, we're going to pause for the cause on Kamala, whatever her name is.
Kamala.
Kamala. Oh, so she's officially not African American. She's
Right.
Kamala, not
Yeah.
Kamala. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about Obama.
He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, especially myself. When I watched him give his little presentation and try to encourage us to get out and vote, there's a lot of things that we still a little bit bitter about. During his administration, he had the opportunity to do a lot of things for us. At the moment, it don't seem like none of them things ever transpired. We in worse shape than we were before he got in there. We thought he would bring a lot of legislation, a lot of different things.
He brought hope.
Yeah, we know how hope works. that don't pay any bills. And right now, that's what folk need. A lot of people unemployed. And we highly upset right now. We about to turn up.
You see, I'm having to let him talk because once I unleash, I'm gonna drop it on you like it's hot. So we just gonna be good girlfriends, and I'm just gonna tell you about your cheating man. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody really want to hear that news. You know, sometimes you lose friends from telling. You know, what you gonna do in a situation like that? What should you tell a friend?
You got
that's
to tell
not your man.
You got to tell him. Right now, he out there looking crazy. He thinking it's 2008, 2012. Right now, it's 2020. Things completely changed. We ain't trying to hear all them dreams. We need reparations. We need real, true legislation. We don't need any more speeches. And he got Joe Biden out there trying to promote him.
Why is he talking and Joe Biden's not even... Joe Biden can't even talk. I mean, are you getting the old president to be the head like he running again? What the mess?
Well, Obama is their best hope. He's the best orator. He's the best deliverer of the message.
He just be promising a bunch of wishy-washy hopes and stuff. Hopes ain't... We need tangibles. Now, we done already talked about the things that Obama did during his last two, presidential bids and stuff. And so this time, it's going to be some Sixth Sense type situation where you like, oh, I didn't even know, but it was right in front of me the whole time.
Right. And I mean, we was in a malaise. We was kind of just happy to see.
Your 400-year curse.
Right. And we was happy to see anybody that kind of favored us or looked like us. But we always have to take into account, that's the one thing about the African Americans and the people who are descendants of slaves here in this country. We tend to be, anytime somebody come,
very accepting and loving.
We're very open
everybody.
in that respect.
Yeah. And so what you have to know is, just because you're black or brown or whatever, that's not your people, okay? Just like when you go to Africa, just like Beyonce had to, she experienced all black and brown people. No. Everybody has their own culture, their own people, who they're loyal to above just being black, okay? African Americans have a special history, a rich history, and ones we're coming into, okay? So if you your 400 years of curse is over, now you stepping into your time.
Right.
Your blessings, your year.
That's right. It's our time. It's our harvest. And that's why rolling out somebody like Obama right now with dreams and not really coming out with a real tangible message, he going to get to work. And that's basically what's going on now. Even from the so-called right or Republican, they saying that he's not having the same type of impact. People just not excited.
Why you disillusioned. You done found your man in the club with somebody else, bumping it, No, okay, no. Obama did not deliver. He was out there cheating on you, okay, with other folks, giving other people policies, other people reparations, other people paying I think he paid the Iranians $1 billion. Remember all this money he's doling out, going around the world, pumping gay rights. When people here were getting shot, killed, basically genocide I can't even say the man's own people. Remember, his mom is from the United States, Caucasian, and his dad is from Kenya. So he's not even African American descendants. He's not your people. So he went to Kenya and gave them people entrepreneurial money. He gave them money to fight terrorism. He gave them money to promote gay rights and all this kind of stuff.
President Obama is traveling in Africa this weekend, spending today in his father's homeland, Kenya, where he took on the country's law that makes homosexuality illegal. Chief White House correspondent Major Garrett is with the president in Nairobi.
With military fanfare and flourishes, President Obama arrived at Kenya's White House for a face-to-face meeting with President Uhuru Kenyatta. The two agreed on new counter-terrorism measures, and Kenyatta welcomed more U.S. aid to boost young African entrepreneurs. But the two clashed on Kenya's refusal to protect the rights of gays and lesbians.
When a government gets in the habit of treating people differently, those habits can spread. The idea that they are going to be treated differently or abused because of who they love is wrong.
But there are some things that we must admit we don't share. Our culture, our societies don't accept. For Kenyans today, the issue of gay rights is really a non-issue.
Meanwhile, over here, you get your neck stepped on and you are over here, facing genocide, basically. And not one word of reparations or an apology for slavery. So we're going to drop it on you like it's hot. We got some news to share, and who's his people.
Right, and the thing that gets me is that Barack come out, they got their $11 million mansion, and he's telling everybody else, get out there and vote.
Where's his mansion at?
In Martha's Vineyard,
Martha's
I think.
Vineyard, with the most elite, exclusive area in the country, practically. And he got all these acreages where he's all isolated and can't be touched, telling you to get your bootang out there to go vote for him and his, basically his same administration, practically, for another 4 years. So you have 8 years of the man, of hope and prayer. Yes. And he wants you to come out again for another 4 years.
Yeah, it's always easy for somebody who always doing well to try to tell everybody else what's good for them, but the only people benefiting from the whole process is him and other people in his position. That's the thing. That's what we're tired of right now. We need reparations. We need things to start moving. Right now, the younger folk and most of the people in the African-American community ain't even consider voting right now. They just frustrated. Ain't nobody talking about anything that's going to do anything for us. And so until that happens, I mean, Barack, they just sound like a broken record. Him, his wife, Carmela, which is just a symbolic gesture. We well past all that kind of stuff. So you got to really bring it.
She's not a symbolic gesture. She been locking up folk. She over there doing stuff.
No, she's Obama 2.0. They just wrote her out similar to like they did him.
She's like from the Tamil Brahmin. That's her culture. And so they're like the elite group of the Indians over there that in their own country, they crossed their own people and was implementing the British imperialism on their own people. And now you done brought her over here represent African Americans and she locking up our people. No, girl, no. Get to stepping. No.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Why would you support somebody like that They hadn't done anything for your community except build their career off basically incarcerating African Americans. And then when it's convenient, then they want to be a part of the tribe and then get in the chair, get nominated for VP and use you. And then once they get where they want to be, then it's the same story. That's not going to work this time. Kamala them going to have to bring it. Like we say, we're just going to let Trump do what he do. And we just going to have to sit this one out. But something's going to change.
Well, it's prophesied 400 years. The curse is over. You're supposed to be getting what's coming to you. I mean, you got to look at stuff around the culture of the country. Around the world, actually, you got some random virus around there closing down economies and stuff. You got the United States economy about to go belly up. You got
about to go belly up.
You got lightning strikes, lighting stuff on fire all over the country. You got heat waves in the Arctic melting all the ice. You got heat waves over there in the Southwest just burning up folks. I mean, you got hurricanes come galore. If you haven't noticed, you're living in some kind of plagues around here.
Yeah, it's end times, definitely. So a lot of people not aware of that. A lot of people not in tune with their history.
Yeah, because your heart is hardened. You better get in gear.
Well, it doesn't matter what they do. It's going to take place anyway. But for us right now, we definitely have to use the leverage that we have. Do not go out there and blindly support a candidate just because they say the person look like you, but hasn't done anything for our community.
Yeah, so I mean, you wonder why these people are supporting these things, because when you peel back the veil and you find out who these people are, not just because they look like you, because of who they are, their culture, their people, where they come from. And that's African Americans. We have our own, even though it's been hidden from you. Now it's being unveiled.
And we got a lot of our own people, though. It's trying to encourage you to go out there and support these people. And these are really people that are African American. But like we say, we know they basically tools. Everybody's looking to come up on their own.
They call it boule, yeah.
Right. Right now it's about the group. If you're trying to individually encourage people to go out there and do different things only to enrich yourself, we see you. You're transparent. It's very easy to identify. Everybody know who the culprits are.
Yeah, the head of this movement is the Lord. If you haven't recognized already, the Lord's doing his work, okay? So it's not just one person. It's everybody. God puts his word in our heart. Okay, we're his people. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to speak his word.
Right. Because basically the entire thing of it is that there's a lot of chaos taking place. It's quite apparent that the system is coming unraveled and falling apart.
Babylon falling.
Yeah, so they're trying to prop it up. They're doing the best they can. As you can see, people like Barack, them who's benefited off the system, they trying to keep it up as long as possible. Right. But at this rate, the way people have been deprived and basically pushed to the side, the system can't stand. You can't concentrate all the wealth within a few people and leave everybody else disenfranchised. It's just not going to work. And that's why you having right now the pushback that Adolfs and everybody else have been giving them that work.
Well, remember we said keep our name out your mouth. As far as African Americans, now you done came to us again with some foolery. So we finna take you to the club and we finna show you your man up there juking and jiving with some other folks. That's not you. Okay, so you know about Kamala Harris and her people and what she stands for. You know she's from the descendants of Indians and Jamaicans. You know, the same folks sometimes if you roll up in a gas station and they don't turn on the pump, and you gotta get out your car because you're black and go in the store and beg and plead them for, you know, to turn on the pump. Ain't nobody doing that. I drive the next one. No, exactly. Come on, it's raining. You got kids. You got to get. No. So we done unveiled her. Next, you got segregationist Biden. Now he's all.
I mean, if you can't see Joe Biden
40 years,
now,
you know who he is. He done been exposed. He can't even talk for himself no more. He's all dementia himself. Now, last but not, well, no. Before I get to the goodies, You got Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton over there keep talking and stuff while they under investigation for some pedophile stuff they done did visiting Epstein or whoever it was, the man with
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, so they're still under investigation, so they can't get out there and talk and do all that stuff because they got some a whole lot of skeletons in their closet. Okay, so let's let you know, black folks don't fool around like that. Okay.
Right.
Last but not least, we got the Obamas. So remember, everybody always unveils themselves by the special projects that they pick, okay? Typically, you pick a special project or, you work on different things because that's basically what you have a passion for and what your background is and what you desire to implement across the country or the world or whatever. So why was President Obama's special interest gay rights? Now, you don't nobody want anybody to have, where they don't have rights and different human rights. Yeah, they're citizens and everything that, they should have basic rights and stuff as a citizen.
But that was a primary agenda.
But that was his primary agenda. And he didn't just go across the country saying and doing these things. He went across the world, giving and doling out United States citizens money that he could have been given for reparations. And he didn't have to give out all that money at that time. He could have just apologized for slavery.
No, they couldn't have just apologized. That ain't gonna cut it.
At the time. Now I'm just saying,
yeah,
the bare minimum. He took his two cheeks and went all around the world and pubbed homosexuality. Why did he do that?
That was important to him.
Exactly. What straight man do you know goes across the world and pubs homosexuality? Do you know any black straight men that's gonna do that? I don't know, not one.
Well, he went under the guise of a human rights issue, especially that time he visited Kenya.
But at the time, there's black men getting their necks stopped on, shot. Little children, African Americans can't even play with toy guns in the park. They're getting shot and killed. So you got human rights in this country. You don't even want to attend those funerals and those functions. Your staff has to make you go there, but you can take your two cheeks across the country and tout gay rights. So why would he be doing that?
Speculation.
So, have you seen the movie Barry? It's on Netflix. It was very popular. Okay. Well, word on the street is some Sixth Sense type mess. If you look at that movie and they go all in his history, word on the street allegedly is that was what he did while he was in college.
They made some inferences and innuendos in the movie. You can kind of, like my wife said, you can get an idea what's important to people. Just watch how they move and what they push and what they promote. And that was the major part of his agenda.
Tonight, we look at one Michael Levine Robinson, missing to this day.
How do you call your wife Michael when it's Michelle?
Men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah, Michael and I.
Is anything scary?
When Michelle's mad. When Michelle's mad.
When a photographer pitched her a question, the response was, typical Rivers.
You know Michelle is a trans...
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
While it's very mean in some ways, people can't wait to hear what you have to say. Really? It's not mean?
You can... It's not mean. I tell the truth.
Simply put, this is one of the most remarkable stories I've ever been involved in.
In addition to this mystery, several people have pointed out a striking resemblance between their children and family friends Martin Nesbitt and Anita Blanchard. And in one final twist, you could see she had done only 2 weeks earlier after officiating a gay wedding.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
We already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to Gay USA. I'm Andy Hum.
I'm Ann Northrup.
Ann goes away for the weekend. Not much happens. Whoa!
There was some news, wasn't there?
Well, the big news was the fact that the Obama administration has told every public school in the country that transgender students must be allowed to use facilities consistent with their gender identity. It stirred up a little controversy.
Even in our communities. And then, just to put a little icing on the cake, they also mandated transition-related health care for transgender people. No discrimination against trans people in health care.
Now it can be said the Secretary of the Army is an out gay man.
When we had way more pressing issues and here in the country and with our people, and he just pushed that to the side.
Yes, put your radar on, okay? When you're with a man and he ain't grabbing your hand, kissing you, hugging you, showing any interest in you, but he's over there looking at somebody else, and you wondering why that man ain't fooling with you, probably he's not interested in you, okay? He's interested in something else over there, okay? Because he's feeling that. So,
well, for the most part, our group, our tribe, African Americans,
the tribe of Judah,
right?
We keepers of the law,
right? That's not something we definitely is for human rights, but we don't promote that type of lifestyle.
Right. So while you're promoting that around the world, and as you are an African American, or so you're making it seem just like Kamala Harris did, like she's seeming like she's African American and getting the blessing from the world, pretending to be African American. That ain't your people.
Well, she just wanted to use you. I don't think she cared 2 cents
That's
about
the
being
thing.
a part of your group.
That's the thing. When you go around and you pretend to be African American, or you have everybody thinking that's your people when that ain't your people.
I think a lot of times we responsible for a lot of that because you have to shut that down. Just like we did, she went a long time pulling that stunt and coming around with the Sister Girl Act and all that type of thing. But as soon as she got...
Black people should no reparations.
But as soon as she became a candidate for VP and they went to throwing around the first African-American vice president, female, this and that, people start pushing back real hard and they stopped that. They start calling her what she is. That is Jamaican Indian of South
Don't be
Asian
African
descent.
American. We can't depend on you to support and represent our issues if you're not us.
Right.
Behind closed doors, we don't know what you're doing.
Now, she would have been a lot more palatable had she got behind reparations and just supported the whole initiative, but she didn't. She came up off the back of us, and then when it was time for us to cash in, then all of a sudden she pulled back. And
she told you out of her mouth, trust somebody the first time they tell you who they are. When they tell you out their mouth, she don't believe that you should get reparations. Trust and believe. Well, President Obama said out his mouth, he don't believe you should be getting reparations.
Right, and if you rep your people, and I don't care what kind of job or what have you, when they come and they ask you something about your people, you gonna stand up and say, yeah, that's us, that's what we do, yeah, that's who we are. We don't say, oh, you start changing your position just cause you want to get a job. And Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, they only did that because they knew that wasn't popular and that wouldn't get them in a position where they are today. So that's why they chose not to support the initiative. But that's exactly why they both are in trouble with the community today, because they didn't support us.
Then they got
Turned
white
their back.
folks telling you that was your reparations by having President Obama as president. Oh, that's your reparations. Who said that?
That was Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, that man ain't none of our people, okay, first of all. And if you think 1 second that that's going to be some kind of reparations, you got another thing coming, okay? So we coming for all traitors right here.
So Mitch McConnell say he is in the same boat as Barack. They both have similar backgrounds. They both come from parents or descendants,
slaves,
right, who are slave owners, and they both do not agree with reparations. So if you get out there and you let this man get up on NBC or whatever network was hosting that,
did he
DNC
say, did
convention,
President Obama come out and say anything against that man? No,
because he said it out of his own mouth. He's not supporting reparations.
So President Obama is not none of your people. Stop being fooled by his suave talk and the way he looks. Singing all them darn Al Green songs. No, man, you was overseas listening to the radio somewhere, learning them Al Green songs. You wasn't over here fighting for, what our ancestors and your people would. No, that's not you.
Right. It's not so much skin color. It's like they keep saying, it's lineage. It's a different experience. He has a completely different experience from us. We are very unique people. We have our own experience. We are our own people. And then people try to come in and slide in and get involved in that. We don't do that to other folk. We ain't trying to be Caribbean.
We don't claim to be Jamaica.
Right.
No, that's not us.
Right. We're not trying to be African. We ain't trying to be anything but who we are. And that's it.
So right now, if you didn't know how the Haitian Revolution went, okay, they closed their ranks first. And then they took at anybody who looked like them that was supposed to be on their team but was bad for the other side. So guess what? Pimps is falling.
Yes. I mean, there's just a lot of frustration out there right now. Everybody's upset. If you click on YouTube, you'll see tons of videos where everybody's completely disagreeing with the Democratic Party. You already know what's going on with Republicans. They're in power now. They're an absolute disaster. They ain't nothing to look forward to write home about. So right now, it's just everybody jammed up, sitting in the middle.
The problem I have is, it's not that with President Obama, it's not that homosexuals didn't need protection to get from being killed. Yes, but there was just a case today, or we was looking at yesterday, that somebody robbed a transsexual.
3 of them.
Hit him or whatever, ran that street, and immediately was charged with a hate crime.
Yeah.
You got, what's his name down in Orlando or whatever that killed that young boy?
Trayvon Martin with George
You got to go
Zimmerman.
through all kind of court, okay, when you kill a black person. Nobody believes, there's not anything. When you kill black people, there's no protection under the law, okay, that says that that's a hate crime.
That's why you don't run out there silly and voting.
That's the problem
and
I got with
supporting
Obama.
these people and keep talking about, oh, the system this, it's democratic this, all those same dry talking points you hear on the mainstream news. That stuff is tired, man. That doesn't apply to you. We are real people living in real lives, not fantasy through the people on TV just talking. Black folk getting arrested and getting charged.
Jailed.
Now they had video footage of the young man definitely assaulting the transsexual people.
But immediately charged with a hate crime. No investigation, none of that. Immediately charged with a hate crime. That's what we're saying. No protection under the law for African Americans.
You go in, you had the same charge as somebody else. Your sentence way stiffer than the next man. It's the same story, man. And Barack was there. He was president. The same things happened under his administration.
And if we go by stats, African Americans are jailed more, killed more than homosexuals. So don't come at me with all that homosexual desire. African Americans are killed and jailed more than gay people. So don't tell me that we shouldn't be getting human rights.
Right. And if you're a leader, and you say, I'm president of the United States, you're supposed to be repping everybody. You can't be just repping, oh, we're going to rep the white folk, we're going to look out for the Asians, or we're going to look out for the Indian Americans. But the African Americans, you know, we already used to them being at the bottom, so we ain't going to do anything for them. But we have something left over, we'll throw them. That's basically how they've been treating our community from the beginning, and it's still taking place today. So that's why everybody, it's time to leverage that vote. It's time to use your voice.
Then he still got and twisting his funky little lips to talk about we need to get out there and vote for his Boontang.
No, that's for dry Joe Biden. He wants us to get out there and support him.
That's for his administration.
But nobody has said anything what they're going to do for you. How can a man have something? It's almost like a preacher asking you for money. They got everything and keep asking you for money. It's the same thing, the Democratic Party. Then you look on TV and they actually right now during a pandemic with people out of work, constantly getting unemployed, facing evictions.
Stimulus, and you talking about need to get out the vote.
And no, not just get out the vote. They actually doing fundraisers. They asking the public to send them money. They are the United States government and asking the public.
Ain't sending stimulus out. Got states getting ready to go bankrupt and they want you to donate. You got life.
Right. So
now, girl, I just told you your man was cheating on you. Now what you gonna do about it? You gonna go back to him? You're in an abusive relationship, okay? Ain't nobody caring about you. They beat you over the head with stuff and they put you in jail and all kind of stuff, and then you still love them.
Well, that's what I would akin it to, a very abusive relationship, where you continue to support the abuser, and that's basically what's going on. They just treat you and minimize you, push you off to the side.
94 crime bills sent African Americans to prison in untold numbers.
Every 4 years.
That's not abuse.
Every 4 years, they out, they courting you. You the most beautiful thing in the world. And once you give that vote, then they be like, next, and we'll wait till the next 4 years.
Back at the club.
And then we'll drag out some old broke down entertainers to try to get out and push some initiative to get y'all out the vote.
Kamala Harris to pretend to be you.
Yes. But them days over with, man. If they ain't giving you something, if they ain't talking specifics, it's a wrap, man. I wouldn't even participate. I don't believe in it. Anyway, just like we said in the beginning, I believe personally the system is coming down because you can't continue to treat people like this. It's already written. They can get all upset. They can got all their planes, their bombs, keep trying to lock you up, kill you, poison you, all these different things. It still ain't gonna work. At the end of the day, we got a great equalizer and he gonna handle that business. So they gonna get that work. All it take though, if you was human and you understood the situation, they want reparations. They want it to be compensated.
Why would he get up there and not even mention one word about reparations if he knows that's what the vote is about?
They ain't trying to do nothing for you. They just want to use you.
That's what I'm saying. Your man's cheating on you, girl.
He abusive.
Yes, if you got a friend and you know that man ain't right for your friend, you gonna tell him.
But right now, I believe our community on cold, and the turnout for this election is gonna be severely diminished if the Democrats don't get their junk together and come out and say, okay, we support reparations. We gonna make sure we handle that, and we got some other things lined up for y'all, and y'all have been the absolute base of our party. We wouldn't have been elected probably for the last 50 years had not we had y'all support.
And don't you dare get Obama's wife, what's her name?
Michelle.
Don't you dare put her up there no more to talk, because we got some work for her too. So you better have her in the background, quiet like a mouse, or else she gonna get that work.
Yeah, Michelle be quite disrespectful, talking about she disappointed. Baby girl, you got $11 million house. Disappointment is when the landlord coming to the house with the police to throw you out. Your kids hungry, you ain't got nothing to eat. Well, ain't nobody worried about no vote at that time.
Go work on your tuck game.
Oh boy. But family, y'all know what time it is, man. We just tired. It's time to get some. All that old way of doing business is old. And if you have some seniors or somebody in your family that's ascribing to that old way of going out and just supporting the Democratic Party because they Democrats.
Yes. And again, we're not against gay people getting rights. We're against black people dying in genocide, okay? And we can't get no rights.
Right, and that's another thing. Stop getting all in your feelings every time somebody telling you about something. We talking about right now African Americans getting reparations. Ain't nobody talking about against gay people, against lesbians, none of that stuff.
Yes, and if you from the islands or you from somewhere else, we ain't talking to you. Stand down. Let us handle our business. We from this country. Our ancestors ran this thing. We built this place that you over here living up in luxury and talking down to African Americans. We coming for your necks if you don't close your lips.
Yes, we don't get involved in y'all business when it come to y'all getting y'all check or getting something that's due to y'all. We ain't about that.
This is a class action lawsuit, okay? We streamlining victims only. Us getting reparations helps the rest of the world who are victims of slavery get reparations, okay?
But we can talk till we blue in the face. But one thing I know for sure is African Americans truly don't have any friends. And the people that y'all consider allies, you think allies, when it's convenient for them to cross you, they're going to cross you every time. If you've been here for 400 years and the world have seen the torment y'all been going through and they ain't stand up yet and came over here and handled some business.
Remember, nobody ain't going to pay your ransom. That's what he say. He going to have to come and get you. So guess what? We in code. We on code.
That's right. And the rest of the family out there, y'all know what's good for you. Do your homework. Be diligent about the process.
Yeah, just because church ain't open don't mean you can't pray, get on your knees, and get right with the Lord. Because guess what? He's doing his work. Now what you doing?
So regardless of however this vote go, however this presidency turn out, it's already written how things supposed to happen. So just seek him out, get some peace in your heart, and you'll be good. And
man, girl, man, I had to go in on that. You wouldn't believe me if I'd have told your man what you know. I had to give you the dirt.
Oh Lord, she mad at you now. But thank y'all again so much for tuning in. We just had to vent about that.
Keep my name out your mouth. African Americans, if you're not supporting us, keep our name out your mouth. Yes. Don't go against us, because we coming.
Yes, this is a group effort. And if you can't support it, just be quiet, step to the side. We handling business right now. But again, family, thank y'all again so much for tuning in. And we do appreciate all the support. And please, if you hadn't had the opportunity yet, go ahead now and hit that subscribe button. And we're going to thank you in advance. And y'all have a wonderful, blessed evening.
Next video, we'll be happier. We ain't got to check for nobody, man.
Well, all right. Good night. Y'all have a blessed one.